Hey guys, happy Friday. It is Ted Bogert with the Ted Show. And we have international superstar, realtor guru, um, my old friend Christian Boyne is on the show. What's up, my friend?
Oh man, I'm so happy to see you. So happy to
Happy
have
to
some
see
news
you.
from
Cheers.
Florida. Cheers. I'm getting this thing going.
You're coming all the way from one of those foreign countries.
Yes,
He
sir.
is he is in Belgium right now. So, but of course, I know Christian from Orlando and all the crazy real estate stuff that we do. All right, so let's let the audience know who you are. So tell them a little bit about you and your background, where you're from, and all of that good stuff.
Okay. Well, for those who don't know me, I'm Christian Bohyn. I'm a Belgian that had the great idea in 2002 to move to Orlando, Florida. Why Orlando, Florida?
Yeah, why?
Uh, to start with, in '87, when we were on a honeymoon, we were in Disney and we were sitting at that Japanese tip top thing at the table talking to people. And I ran into a car dealer, of course. We started talking about cars. And then the wife was talking to my wife, and she's like, "Oh, you're on honeymoon." And we're like, "Yeah." And she's like, "First marriage?" And we're like, "We got to be in America, you know? First marriage." So anyway, they became friends and they kept in touch. And every time I would go to the States, I would visit them. And if they would be somewhere in Europe, they would call and say, "Hey, we're in Spain, we're in France," and we would go visit them. And they lived in Isleworth. So when we went to visit them, we're like, "Holy Moses, is everybody living like this in America?"
Yeah, that's a little deceiving.
Yeah. So, and we got an easy car dealer. So when I got there, I got a car, and it was always fun. So one day we were there for Easter, and he says, "Christian, when are you coming, man?" And I was at the career change. I was 45, I think, and I said to my wife, "We got to do it now or never." And she says, "Yeah, you got this insurance business, and it's all internet based, and you can run it from America. Let's do this thing." So we picked up the kids. They were 13, 12, and 9.
Wow.
And I have boy, girl, boy. And I can tell you, a 12-year-old moving from Europe to America, it's not a good idea. But I mean,
She
we
adjusted.
were, yeah. The good thing was that I had another great idea. I put all my kids in the swim club because I thought this way I only have one drop off point. Because I thought all the other parents, one is going to the tennis, then the other one has to go, and they drive around. I said, I'm going to be smart. I'm going to put them all in the swim club. So I got one that was a junior, the other was a senior, the other I had to drive around like any other parents as much. But so in the States, we took them to the YMCA in the swim club, and
Yeah.
my daughter was not happy. And there was a lady, she said, she's not happy. I said, I know to tell me and the lady said, we have a church group. Every Wednesday evening in celebration, we have a church group. Why don't you bring her to the youth group of the church? So we took them there, and they loved it.
That's
And
awesome.
actually, my daughter has a ministry degree. Uh,
Really?
she, she, yeah, she went on to do 2 years of ministry school in Atlanta,
Wow.
and yeah, and
Wow.
she's 30 now, and she's a teacher here in Belgium. She teaches English and religion, and
So she went back to Belgium.
yeah, yeah,
Fascinating. Did the
yeah.
boys? What about your other two?
Well, so yeah, let me continue the story if you're interested.
Absolutely.
So in 2004, I got an offer on the company I had. And my wife said, just sell it because you're more over there than here. Why did you bring us here? So I sold it. I had a lot of money and the real estate was booming. And I went all in and lost a lot of money. But before I went all in real estate, I didn't trust those Americans. So I got my mortgage broker degree and my real estate degree because I thought that way I'm going to know a little bit more. You don't know much more, right?
No, you don't.
So then, of course, when we lost all that stuff, I started doing more real estate, and I specialized in short sales. I sold 250 short sales a year.
Wow.
And my wife, she got sick, and we didn't have health care, couldn't afford it, and she went back to Belgium with my daughter, and so they went back in 2012, I think. Yeah, and because we have universal healthcare here in Belgium,
right?
So and she said, I'm too scared, I'm not going back. And then we divorced. We tried that for 7 years, and then a couple of years ago I was in Belgium and I had some heart problems, and I said, let me check myself out before I fly back to the US. And I got diagnosed with that I needed a triple bypass.
I remember.
Yeah. So I got that surgery in Belgium. Thank God for universal healthcare.
Right.
Because it didn't cost me a dime. In the States, it would have cost me $250,000, I think.
At least, right?
Yeah. So, and then I woke up out of the surgery and we said, what are we doing? So we're back together. And I'm spending
congratulations.
And I'm spending more and more time here in Belgium now than I spend in Florida. So
is that why you're there all the time? I wondered. I was going to ask you because I remember you being incredibly active here, like always at everything, whether it was Aura or Women's Council or you pick it. We would run into each other or work together at all these organizations and these events. So talk about you can have everything you want if you'll just help enough people get what they want. Because I love those kind of topics. I'm a big believer in this concept. But where did it come from for you, and why did you adopt it because I saw it on some of your other social media, your website maybe?
Yeah, so I'm when I started to spend more time here, I said, what am I going to do here? And you say it. I've been a big time volunteer at Aura. I was on the board, and I'm in Florida Realtors still involved. I'm still involved with the National Association of Realtors. I'm the global ambassador for Belgium and the Netherlands for the National Association of Realtors. And I learned a lot in leadership with Women's Council and all that. And I think it's time to give back. I mean, I went to the States, got a lot of money, lost a lot of money, made a little bit of money back, enjoy life, enjoy living, and it's time to give back. And I learned it's all about karma. I mean, and you see it if you look around you. The more people you help, and I'm not helping them to get better off it. I'm helping them because I love to see people grow and be happy. So,
well, did you make like a change? Did it all of a sudden you go, all right, this is it, I'm going to start doing XYZ? Because I think a lot of people want to do more for other people, but they get so caught up in picking the perfect thing to do or the perfect way to do it. What are some tips? If somebody wants to adapt this or adopt this, what are some things that you do to give back?
Well, first of all, I think you got to be, I don't know if it's the right word, but I think you got to be content with what you have. That's where it starts. I think it's hard when you struggle, when you try to survive, to have that philosophy. Still, you should have that philosophy all the time, but it's different. And I think it's growing older. It's just growing older. You just change. You look at things differently, and you say, yeah, and it's true. I think it's a Zig Ziglar quote from.
I think it is.
Or Napoleon Hill. I'm one of those guys, but it is, and I thought, wow, it talked to me. I mean, it was like, yeah, I'm going to put this as my motive.
That's good, because I think people, and Carol Burnett says hi. Hey, Carol. I want to get Carol on the show. She said, "Hi, Christian. Nice to see you." Ellen and John
Hello.
say hi. She is the chair, if I'm not mistaken, for the diversity committee that I'm on for Aura, I think. Yes, so she's awesome. So talk about what it's been like being a global person during a global pandemic.
Yeah, as as always, I have an interesting perspective because I travel so much between the two worlds. I traveled back and forth in 2002 when the war started, and the big thing is the media. The biggest difference to me is how the media handles things. In Europe, especially in Belgium, we every country handled it differently. By the way, we went in lockdown on March 13. We were not allowed to. We were allowed to walk within a mile of our house. We were encouraged to walk a lot and sport a lot, but stay close. People that had a second residence couldn't go to their second residence. They have to stay at their house. There was nobody on the beach. We were allowed to go to the store for food. We had a rush on the like in every country. Everybody wanted toilet paper. I still don't know what the secret of that is. You know,
No, I don't know
everybody.
why they just thought that that would be something. It was crazy.
Yeah, I mean it was the same here. So that's global. That toilet paper thing, that's global. Um, but yeah, so we were not allowed to go out, but we didn't make a fuss about it. We thought the government is doing this for our best, and we had
Right.
a lot of the more virologists and doctors on the media than politicians, and they were explaining us, and they were explaining us how a virus works, and they were explaining us that a virus is not the flu, and they explained how, and it's just about and they told it that this virus cannot be made in a lab. It's impossible because it's got this and this and this, and how they could determine that, and it's just a lot of non-fake news.
Well, you were
And
they were educating, right? Your media is more about
yeah,
education and true what the
yeah,
media
and
used to be here.
yeah, and then we had like documentaries of the hospital, and we saw what was going on in the hospital, and we were like, oh man. And I have friends here that are doctors, and I mean they were scared to death to go in because they were like recruited. And so
Sure.
that's the main difference, I think. I mean, I hear that in Florida, when you wear a mask, they ask you if you're a Democrat. So I mean,
Yeah, the mask thing is really fascinating right now because another organization just came out. Not it could have been WHO or CDC, but they contradicted each other on the masks. And so this new one says, unless you're infected, you shouldn't be wearing a mask. So the states are confused because the media in general puts out a very confusing message. It's very all of it's very confusing, but also the organizations aren't in sync either. So we just kind of go with the flow.
yeah. Here they say us about the mask. The story they tell us is that the virus spreads by little droplets that we produce when we speak. And
Right.
I think that's why in Spain it grew so fast, and in Italy because their language they a lot. So I think that's why
There's
they have a
lots
lot of
of
droplets.
pronunciation.
Yeah. So and they say when you wear a mask, you protect actually other people. You wear the mask actually out of courtesy to protect. To if you should be infected,
Right.
you wouldn't be infecting other people.
How has it hit? How has it impacted your real estate business? Your what you do for a living? And has it been difficult trying to run things from there here, or because you were already multi-country, you had it
Yeah,
down to a science?
I have it down to a science, honestly. Honestly, I use the EOS, which is the entrepreneurial operating system. No
Tell me
kidding.
what that is. What's EOS? I know what it stands for, but what is it?
Yeah. So it is a methodology that it's a philosophy to how to run your company. It part of it is getting your core values right in your company, communicating your core values to your coworkers, then documenting the procedures in the company and the systems that you use, using systems and documenting that, having a meeting system, which we call the level 10 meeting. When I do meetings with my guys, it's a level 10 meeting. It's, first of all, every meeting starts on time. If you're on time, you're late. So every meeting starts on time. 5 minute, just free talk. 5 minutes is our scorecard. We have a scorecard. We look at how much money in the bank, how many in the photo business. It's how many photo shoots did we do. In the real estate business is how many prospects we have in the pipeline, how many sales do we have in the pipeline. So we have like a scorecard. We go over our scorecard, then we go over the milestones that we've set. Are we on track with what we've set for the quarter? Then we go to the month. Are we on track with what we set to the month? And then we go over issues. We spent an hour debating on issues. Our issues can be anything from somebody's sick, somebody's not doing his job, some system is broken. So we go over the issues. Everybody lists the issues. We look at them. We take the most important issues out. We determine this and this are the most important ones. We work on those. And if we get through all the issues by the end of the meeting, it's fine. But we stop the meeting at an hour and a half. We don't go over. We don't go. It's just boom. And it works. I mean,
so did you implement that? And hey to Wyatt and Mark, did you implement that prior? So you already had the system in place when you got stuck there. Not that you're stuck there, but you know what I mean. You couldn't travel for a long time. You already had everything in place prior to it, so your organizational skills helped you maintain. Did you have problems doing real estate transactions? I know you all are also photographers, correct? Video.
Yes.
And so, how did that impact the overall business? Did you still see a lot of people wanting photos of their homes, wanting photos, and people doing real estate transactions? What was your experience?
The photo business, I freaked out, especially with what I saw here. So I brought everybody home, and they said, "Dad, the photographers want to go and take photos. They can. They're allowed. Real estate isn't deemed essential." And everybody was wanting virtual tours.
Yeah.
And that's what we specialize in, is virtual tours. So we've been booming with the virtual tours. Actually, I spend my time here in the afternoon when it's early morning in America. I start interviewing people for jobs for photographer.
Wow.
Yeah. And,
you really are.
Yeah, we are. I looked at the numbers today, and we are like up 40%.
Wow.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Well, I think for video tour, virtual tours, this has been a crazy time, but for you all, what an opportunity. And I think people are going to continue. I mean, there's going to be some businesses as usual, but I believe virtual tours, that's just going to be part of the deal every time now.
Yeah. Yep.
So that
side of the, a lot of people want it. It's become natural. And the thing we have with our virtual tours is we can actually go send the client a link, and they can go online, and we can guide them through the house. It's not that we hold the mouse. We say, look, here's the kitchen. Look, here's this. Here's that. Let's go there. So, and we talk to them, and we see what they see. So it's a really cool system. And we have now on MLS open houses. So we put it on, we can do a virtual open house 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. That's amazing.
It is amazing. I think people will have adapted already to this whole video thing like this. and they're used to it. So it's not this foreign thing that's going to come in and disrupt. The whole world was disrupted. Now you can look at everything almost in your comfortable chair at home if you want to. All right, I have to ask. I've been to Belgium, and I absolutely loved it. It was for a day, so we weren't there that long, but it was beautiful. What's your favorite Belgian food? I already know you have probably a great bunch of favorite Belgian drinks, but I thought I'd be different and ask you what your favorite Belgian food is.
Oh, that's it. Well, every Belgian wants his fries with mayonnaise and a good steak. Steak and fries is when you ask a Belgian who went to Turkey or Spain or whatever, and you say, "How was it?" Yeah, but the steak and fries was not like it is at our. So that's always the thing. Another thing I love is our mussels. Mussels that we cook great mussels with fries again.
You have
Everything
to have
with fries. Everything in fries. And then we have something which I really love, because that was a thing that every time I went to Belgium, I would eat what I can't find in America.
Right.
And then when I'm in America, I would eat what I couldn't find there. So that's how I got this extra weight on myself.
We don't have any Belgian restaurants here in Orlando, do we?
Yes, there is one.
There is.
Well, it's actually it's a French one. It's coq au vin.
Oh yeah, coq au vin. Yes, delicious.
Yeah. And we have a dish.
Go ahead, buddy. Go.
We have a dish which is called steak américain, American steak, and it's actually a steak that they put through the grinder, and then they come and prepare it at your table with raw egg and with Worcester sauce and onions, and they mix it all, and you eat that with fries and mayonnaise.
Wow. Is that all right? So how do people find you? How do people find you for real estate? How do people find you for the virtual tours? Give them the best way to reach you.
The virtual tours is Tyto Media, TYTO Media, TYTO.media. That's the photo business. The real estate business is windmakerrealty.com. And the company is called Windmaker because my mother-in-law always said that I was a wind maker. I made a lot of wind, full of hot air.
Backhanded compliment. I love it. All right, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us all the way from Belgium. I appreciate it. And we miss you here. I'm looking forward to you coming back.
Yeah, I'll be back in August, I think, as soon as they let us fly. So, yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Enjoyed it.
Have a great night. I enjoyed it so much. Christian Bohyn. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Have a good one, Christian. Take care, buddy.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye.